Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, A Time of Great Persecution. A Time of Great Persecution. Call halal Yahawah Bahashem Yahawahshi. Call halal Yamla Alahayanawa Abanawa Yahawah Bahashem Yahawahshi. And something that's on my spirit, and as the title reads, A Time of Great Persecution. And, you know, the scripture tells you that every word of the Lord is pure. Every word of the Lord is pure. And the Lord, he's had just about enough of the Lord's a good majority of his people, because the Lord has a remnant, an elect, a chosen, starting with his prophets, the the prophets, the teachers, um, a remnant, an elect out of his people that he's coming back to deliver and protect in this end time of great persecution. And starting with it tells you in scripture that judgment must start um, at the house of Israel, and Israel is a people before a place. Jerusalem is a people before a place. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians to the tribes, and to the speckled birds that are scattered into these other nations, because we have Israelites scattered into every single nation on earth, and some of us even look like the other nations. So we have a worldwide famine that's coming, a worldwide pestilence, diseases that are coming, a World War III, um, and we know the mark, the micro C hip is coming. These are the last. Where no man can buy or sell. These are the last few prophecies where we're at. You know, um, but in this end time, this is the worst kind of behavior that the Lord's people has ever, the worst we have ever behaved out of all the time, out of the Lord's people, from generation to generation. This is the worst generation ever amongst the Lord's people. And the Lord he's had enough, man. He told you that he's going to give in scripture that he's giving the sword into the hand of the slayer. And who is the slayer? It's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And throughout the world, but ultimately in this place, the Lord is setting up the devil right there in the White House. And he has his administration. He's putting everything in place. Ultimately, this is the Lord who everything is in place already. You got all these different nuclear missiles and bombs, between the nations in this place the nuclear arsenals. There are, it's already here. The different special AI technology, these different robots and drones and things like that. All of this is about to be unleashed at the end. There's going to be no way out of this but through the Lord. There's going to be no way. And what happened in times past with the Lord's people, with the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, and Native American Indians, what happened in past times, what the so-called white man and these other nations did to the tribes, that's gonna, in this end time, that's gonna make that look like a vacation. That's gonna make that time look like a vacation, man. This is a time of great persecution that we're coming in. And right now, they're waging war against the Northern Kingdom, man. Starting with the Latinos, and it's going to trickle down to the so-called Native American Indians and to the Negroes. They're waging war. This is what's getting ready to happen. And the system is getting ready to completely crash. Let me go here. But a good majority of our people, they just don't, they don't believe this. Call halal Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. It says 2 Timothy 4 and 3. 2 Timothy 4 and 3. It says, for the time will come when for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. And we got, some of our people, amongst the tribes, these different camp leaders and camps and things like that, and um, Sunday preachers, telling you can have sex on the Sabbath. You can have these big entertainment concerts and venues on Passover. Sex stripper parties on Passover. That the Lord loves everybody. Everybody should unite. When that's not scriptural, man. When the Lord tells you He didn't come to bring peace on earth, but rather division, and that the Lord has one nation that He's dealing with, and that these other nations are an enemy unto the Lord, man, unto Jake. People just, starting with our people, and then a lot, some of our people, they don't believe that they're Israelites. They believe that they're Americans, or they're African. And to all these different man-made religions. This is what's going on in the end. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. It says, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. For, it says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. See? And they shall turn their ears away from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables, myths, these different lies, man. This is what's going on in the end. Starting with our people, and to the other nations, they believe anything, man, anything and everything. Let me go here. Call halal Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. The Lord told you, He told you, the blind shall lead the blind, and they shall both fall into a ditch. But the Lord in the end here, Jake, man, because Scripture tells you that it is the time, that day is great, and and it's the a time of Jacob's trouble. Roughly paraphrasing it. And they're coming after you, Israelites, man. There ain't no other way to it. And ultimately, after the Lord's servants, His followers, it's coming. Luke 21 and 12, and it reads. It says, "But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you." See, they shall lay their hands on you. It's gonna get physical because we're coming into that martial law, that civil war. You see, Trump, he's telling you about that mass deportation amongst the so-called Latinos, the Northern Kingdom, and it's going to trickle down unto the other the other tribes, so-called Native Americans, and you so-called Negroes, amongst all the tribes. The Lord's getting ready to shake things up completely. Things are getting ready to take a huge turn, because the Lord told you, I've long time held my peace. And and the Lord he's just tired of a good majority of his people. He's tired of Jake, man. The Lord gonna put we got one more whooping to go through, and this is for starting with the wicked out of his people and on down to the other nations, because all these nations gonna get it, starting with a good majority of the Lord's people. But it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you. See? He said they're going to lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons. And into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. See? You say that you believe in the Lord, you're about to be put to the test. You about to be put to the test. We're gonna find out who is real and who is fake. You're gonna have to prove your faith. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prison, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. You're gonna have to prove your faith. You tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, men and women. You say you believe in the Holy Mashiach, you gonna prove it, because it's the Lord who's doing this. The days of trying to pretend and act like you're so serving the Lord, is gonna be put to the test. Let me hop over 22. We're gonna stay in Luke 21. Let me hop to verse 22. It says, for these be the days of vengeance. See, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Every single word of the Lord is pure. He meant every word that's in this Bible, man. The prophetic scriptures are going to be fulfilled. For these be the days of vengeance, the Lord's vengeance. The Lord has a long list of charges on everybody. Judgment. See, this is why this ain't no game, man. In a minute, it ain't gonna be nothing funny. All that partying and celebrating and having living your best life, that's all about to come to a complete halt. Cause it ain't the will of the Lord, man. People have just lost control. They just don't believe, and this isn't the way to live life. So the Lord is getting ready to shut this thing down, man. And he putting you to the test. 23. It says, "But woe unto them that are with child." See? "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days." And we have a lot of women out here they're having all these kids and celebrating all these baby showers and things like that. And then we have a lot of women too that go from man to man having babies. We have a lot of women that's like that go from man to man to man having babies. And then getting these men for child support and doing wicked things like that. The Lord said, it says, "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress." This trouble, you're going to wish that you never had kids in this time, man. Especially if you got new infants, newborns, and things like that, because this kind of evil, the Lord is bringing unspeakable evil on the earth, man. And this is for the wicked, those that didn't obey the gospel. You're going to get caught up into this. But woe means destruction. "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people." Shalom.